What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the KJ Show. Thank you for tuning in. You see, we got a new setting going on. I'm trying a little different stuff to give you guys the best content possible. But today we will be talking about Justin Sun and the FUD surrounding him, as well as Huobi. What is happening here? Yes, if the emperor were to fall or have a emperor has no clothes moment per se, that would be pretty bad. However, I am noticing some things that are very indicative of a crypto bottom. So make sure to stick around to the end. We're gonna go over some charts. There's a specific pattern that I'm seeing on Bitcoin that's very simple, and I don't see a lot of people talking about it, but it makes a lot of sense to me. Before we move forward, I just wanna reiterate that if you're new to the channel, we have a special deal going on. I'm gonna be trying to give you guys the best content possible throughout this bear. I want to keep you engaged. If you've been around and you've watched the channel, you know how KJ gets down, guys. I mean, like 2019, right before DeFi comes on, we're telling you, let's do Uniswap. Let's get involved with this. These are the type of things that happen in a bear market. If you stay engaged, you're going to be early on the next big trends, and that's how you get your 100 or 1,000 X's. That's how you make life-changing money in crypto. When the thing looks like it's dead, that's when you need to go the hardest. So that's why you're seeing me doing videos back to back to back. I have a whole new series planned for you guys. You're gonna be seeing it coming soon. So this is the deal. If you watch 2 of my videos, just 2, and you like the content, man, I love you guys. I appreciate it. But just give me that subscription. Let me work this algo. I want to start to get more views. I want to grow the channel, and I want to grow together. So that's it. I'll keep it short and sweet. Let's talk about what's going on with Justin Sun. Okay, so let's talk about Emperor Justin Sun, the diplomat. This guy's a major player in crypto, as you know, founder of Tron. He's gone on to purchase Huobi. This happened in November of 2022. I think he paid about $1 billion for it. And he's been, kind of shilling Huobi token. But it's being that we're in the bear and there have been so many behemoths in crypto that have fallen, FTX, 3 Arrows, now you have Barry Silbert. Is Justin Sun the next shoe to drop? I don't know, but it's not looking great. And here's what we know. Justin cashed out about $1 billion in December. There was a lot of speculation that was going to be used to support Huobi. It's already kind of sketchy when you see a big player pulling out a lot of money after a purchase. And Huobi has always had rumors of being in somewhat trouble. I've never had problems with the exchange, but with what's going on, where if you're going to talk about Binance being insolvent, if Binance, which I think is FUD by the way, if Binance is in trouble, then there is potential for someone like Huobi to be in trouble as well. So when Justin pulls out that much money, that creates a little bit of fear. You combine that with the rumors going around, as far as Justin laying off 20% of the staff, they're going to be cutting down Huobi China, I think, completely, and having Huobi Global take on that part of the business. And 4 days ago, Justin came out and said that that's not true, but yet today he confirmed, yeah, they're going to be laying off about 20% of their staff. So he's definitely trimming the fat off of it. You combine that with the overall market sentiment in regards to not your keys, not your tokens. So people are quick to pull as they should be, pull all their tokens off a centralized exchange based off of what happened to FTX. And not all of these exchanges are equipped to handle that type of a squeeze. It's good for crypto that they need to know that the community will pull our tokens off as soon as there's any sort of hint of something bad going on. Then they need to be prepared for that. But trust and believe, there are some exchanges that are not solvent, that will not be able to handle that type of a rush of withdrawals. The heat on the FUD really seemed to turn up yesterday a bit. You saw Tron dumping significantly, I think almost 10%, as well as Huobi token, which Justin was shilling at $10. It kind of reminds me of the same thing with FTT, but that dumped about 10% as well. And then you have BSDD, which is the Tron stable token, somewhat losing its pegging to the dollar. It got pegged for about 3 cents yesterday, somewhat recovered, but if you look at that chart on the daily, it's not phenomenal. So basically, with all these different tokens and assets associated with Justin dumping at the same time, there's speculation that Justin was selling. However, he did take $200 million out from Binance, 100 million of that, which was associated with a wallet that Justin's been known to use, was sent to Huobi. People believe that he is using the funds to support the exchange, as well as a $1 million buy wall was spotted on the Huobi token order books shortly after that withdrawal or deposit was made. So maybe Justin's trying to support price a little bit. Anytime there's smoke in regards to an exchange being insolvent, do the safe thing, pull it onto your hardware wallet, get it right off as quickly as possible. As far as Justin Sun being in trouble, or Huobi being in trouble, or Justin gonna sell everything and run, I don't think that's necessarily the case. He's doing his best CZ impersonation, talking about, you know, you gotta build and hang in there in the bear market and build. We'll see if he's going to have the staying power that CZ does. But that being said, one of my main takeaways from this FUD is actually the price action that we're seeing overall in the market in regards to Justin Sun and Huobi potentially being in trouble and insolvent. In a normal climate, that would be a major FUD, right? It's scary stuff, and you would expect price to take a nasty hit from that.
We don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
There was a slight dip, but it wasn't anything significant. And when I think about what we've been seeing for the past month, it's been a lot of bad bearish news. You have to, I mean, the first thing that I think of is what traditional stocks are doing. And if you look at the S&P, you can see that it's been retracing very, very hard. Tesla is dumping. People are upset with Elon Musk. Tesla and crypto kind of go hand in hand. So if Tesla is performing, you can pretty much count that crypto is going to perform as well, and Tesla's not performing right now. We'll talk about Tesla a little bit later. But you have Barry Silbert and the Winklevoss twins going back and forth about $1 billion that's owed. You have the Fed and Powell coming out still hawkish, right? Just yesterday, I believe they came out and said that there will be no cuts, no rate cuts in 2023. These are all very negative news pieces that have come out in the past 2 to 3 weeks. And price has been going up.
We don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
That is indicative to me of a market that's trying to bottom. Basically, there just aren't that many sellers that are going to be selling in earnest left. The quote-unquote weak hands have been shaken out, and now the market is being accumulated by larger players. So people are selling out of distress or fear, meaning they don't have money and they need the money, so they're selling. You don't want to be a distressed seller, especially in crypto in a bear market. Trust me on that. In 2018, I had to sell hundreds of Ethereum to survive at $100 a pop. I wish I still had it, but I learned my lesson. In a bear market, you have to have dry powder or find a way to generate capital to continue to invest at those prices, as opposed to waiting for crypto to go down 90% and then now you're selling to eat. You don't want to be in that situation. So overall, what I'm seeing is the market is not reacting to bearish news, and that's a good sign. Now I want to show you something on the charts. So we're going to pull up Bitcoin, and I'm going to show you a little pattern that I noticed historically that's also pointing to this being a bottom. So basically, you're looking at the blow off top move, and then you're going to look at where the major dip happens and where support is established. And you're kind of looking at the relationship between that support and where the market eventually bottoms once support breaks. So if you just draw it up like this, you look, it's about 55, 56%, way less liquid market, lower market cap, more volatile. That makes sense. We look at 2017, you have support, clear support of around 6K, breaks down, about 48, 50%-ish. This one I'm not going to use. I'm going to use this level as support. It's around 29K, because this was really kind of the top. Then you have this bear flag that ended up being complacency and in a rare circumstance took out the previous high and then has been dumping ever since. But if you look at the lows here, you're about 48%. So it's a similar size. I think it's worth noting, and it just kind of lets you know where you are in the grand scheme of things. So the other thing that's notable here, and if you saw my Schmidt video, if you haven't, run and watch it right after this. It's kind of important. I'm basing a lot of my outlook on 2023 on that video and the stuff that I researched on it. But looking at this, you can see even in 2015, you get the bottom here, right? It gets retested again from January to August. So it goes through a choppy upward kind of move, but then ultimately retests it one last time before it takes off, as well as 2017. It took from November of 18 to March of 2020. So this is bullish. You can make a ton of money in here. You have DeFi summer in here. You have Litecoin going crazy before it's happening. There's all sorts of beautiful moves to be played in here. But the people that got too greedy got super wrecked. And during COVID, obviously, that's a black swan type of an event. But when you look back at 15, as well as even 13, if we go all the way back, you can see it. It does get close to retesting those bear market lows again. So just because personally I'm expecting 2023 to be a little bit better, Q1 a little iffy, but I think come March and April, we're going to get some nice price action. There's going to be some great pumps going on in there. And then I would be more careful around summertime. I think like the old saying, sell in May or sell in May and go away, like that's going to probably be a good strategy. I'd be looking for some sort of retest into this area around September. And that provides you your golden entry where you can kind of ride the bull market of 2024, 2025. But we're game planning way ahead. I mean, things can change, but me personally, that's kind of the outlook I've been looking for. Okay, so as promised, I did say I would be touching on Tesla a little bit. I was on Scott Melker's podcast, and I was bullish Tesla here, man. It really fooled me, and I'll explain why. You have this support that's being established, and it breaks, and that's almost always bearish, right? However, you put in this beautiful weekly candle with a follow-up candle closing above. You're now back reclaiming that support. I was bullish. I was so bullish, had so much conviction. I even called my mom and said, hey, you should probably take some risk on Tesla here. It makes sense. If we lose this level, we're in big, big trouble. But between here and here, it's very, very bullish looking to me. At least the potential for upside is there. But man, was I wrong. Clearly, I had underestimated how much controversy, let's call it, Elon would be stirring up on Twitter and what that meant for his stock, as well as just the perception of him upsetting powerful people as well. It's not just wrecking the libs. There are other people that have money that that have a vest interest in some of the agendas that Elon is knocking. So whatever the reason, it's very obvious that him alienating 50% of the population, as well as, not to mention a lot of the people that were supportive of Tesla are liberal type people. Clearly, it's not having a good effect. Okay, so now that it's coming up on the 360 weekly moving average, if you look at the daily, there's a very strong amount of volume coming in here. One of the things that even Elon has said, he's looking for a CEO for Twitter. If he's able to find somebody, I mean, I'm sure he can and will. When that announcement comes out, this is going to bounce most likely, because the implication will be that he's stepping away from, kind of stoking the flames, and he'll pull out of the spotlight and constantly bothering people and being a target. So that's good, but also it's implying that he'll be spending more time on Tesla. And I think that would be a very, very bullish catalyst. So just kind of waiting to see for that to happen. That would coincide with, a bounce in crypto as well. I am still, like I said, looking for, the summer to be kind of crummy, but maybe this can start to squeeze up and reclaim, and then you kind of go from there and see what happens. But that's what I'm looking for on Tesla. I had to take my L. I mean, I called my mom as soon as the support broke. I'm like, I made a mistake. Sorry. And it sucks, but when you're wrong, and it's better to admit that you're wrong to yourself right away than wait and wait and wait, and then you're stuck. So, as far as taking risk again, $100 makes a ton of sense. So that being said, in regards to Tesla, if Tesla were to bounce out of this level, maybe you get the Twitter CEO catalyst, whatever the reason it is. If Tesla starts to bounce out of here, I think you're definitely going to want to keep an eye on Doge. If you look at what Doge does, is it pumps and then it makes flags, right? This is not abnormal. And in these flags, you get these massive pumps and then retraces, pumps, then retrace, pump, retrace, pump, retrace. So you had your pump, and now we're in the retrace. This area, anywhere around here, this is a good spot, in my opinion, to take some risk on Doge as well. All right, so that's all I got for today. I hope you enjoyed. We're going to keep an eye on the market. I'll be back at you with more content as soon as possible. Also, keep your eyes peeled. I have a whole new series that's going to help you find different tools that maybe you haven't heard of or haven't used, kind of expand your game and repertoire as far as trading crypto, DeFi, all sorts of stuff, NFTs. We're going to be covering a lot. So yeah, if you want to see those type of videos, make sure you hit me up, like, comment, subscribe. Remember, 2 videos. If you watch 2 videos of mine, that's the deal. You got to subscribe, or I will never make another YouTube video again. Just kidding. But anyway, yeah, love you guys. Hope you enjoyed, and peace out.